Have you ever imagined what it's like to take on a fish so big and powerful it could easily pierce your chest? Or even flip your boat in the middle of the sea? This isn't just a fisherman's tale, it's the reality for those who face the challenge of catching the legendary bluefin tuna. Let's meet Ken Freer, a fisherman from Nova Scotia who made history by landing an impressive tuna weighing an astonishing 1,496 pounds. What's even more surprising is that this measurement was recorded after the fish had spent 10 hours drying out on the deck. To give you an idea of how valuable this catch is these days, a fish of this size would easily be worth over $86,000 on the open market. But there's a curious detail to this story. While its size is impressive, that's not what determines a bluefin tuna's true value. Above all else, it's the freshness of the meat that really matters. To better understand this, let's travel to Japan, a country where tuna is more than just food. It's a national passion. In 2019 in Japan, a sushi restaurant chain shocked the world by paying $3.1 million for a single bluefin tuna that weighed only 613 pounds. That's less than half the size of Ken's fish, but with one crucial difference. Its meat was extremely fresh and perfectly preserved. But how do the Japanese manage to keep the quality of this wild, aggressive fish so high? The answer lies in special techniques developed by these fishermen over the years. To start with, they use a fishing system called long line, an extended line nearly 3 kilometers long loaded with bait, capable of catching multiple giant tuna at once. The real secret, however, comes right after the catch. Bluefin tuna are known for their strength and endurance, often fighting the line for hours. During this intense battle, their bodies heat up significantly, which directly affects the flavor of the meat. To prevent this, Japanese fishermen adopted an impressive method. As soon as the fish is caught, they deliver a quick electric shock underwater, ensuring immediate death and preserving the meat in perfect condition. Now you understand why a smaller but carefully caught tuna can be worth millions? And how about you? Would you dare face a giant like that for a shot at fortune? Imagine a battle between man and fish in the midst of towering waves and biting winds. It might sound exaggerated, but that's exactly what fishermen who hunt for bluefin tuna go through. As soon as these giants are lifted onto the deck, a true race against time begins. Why? Tuna heat up quickly once they're out of the water, which can ruin the flavor and drastically reduce their commercial value. That's why experienced fishermen follow a meticulous procedure. Immediately after the catch, they pierce the fish's brain, cut off its tail, and carefully run a metal wire along its spinal cord. It may seem strange, but that ritual helps quickly drain the blood, ease muscle stiffness, and keep the meat fresh for longer. But the process doesn't stop there. To speed up the cooling even more, the fish is carefully gutted to remove any risk of contamination from damaged internal organs. Finally, the most critical step takes place. It's immediately frozen at an incredible -76 degrees Fahrenheit. This is how hundreds of tuna manage to stay fresh for days or even months on large fishing vessels. Now let's head to Japan, more specifically the Sugaru Strait. This area is famous for being a true paradise for tuna fishermen, especially during the cold winter months. At that time, the waters are teeming with smaller fish, attracting large schools of bluefin tuna in search of food. These fish can easily surpass 660 pounds and are renowned worldwide for their fatty, highly prized meat. It's in this season, when the global supply is low, that daring fishermen risk their lives confronting storms with winds of up to 70 kilometers per hour. The job is dangerous. A single slip is enough for the tuna's overwhelming power to cause serious accidents, including the loss of a finger or even worse. What would you do if you faced a fish capable of diving deep like a submarine and strong enough to pierce a plank or even cause fatal accidents? That creature exists and goes by the name swordfish. Weighing up to an incredible 1,432 pounds and reaching almost 4.5 meters in length, the swordfish is one of the greatest challenges for fishermen in the United States and Japan. Over there, the reward makes it worth the effort. Demanding markets will pay up to $2 per pound as long as the meat is of the highest quality. In the United States, sport fishermen see this hunt as a test of endurance and patience. They spend hours, sometimes entire days, trolling live or artificial baits in open water, waiting for an almost unpredictable moment, the precise bite of a swordfish. And when that bite finally happens, the real battle begins. Solid rods and reinforced lines capable of handling up to 800 pounds are essential, because swordfish won't give up without a fight. But battling this giant of the sea comes with risks. The swordfish gets its name from its long, sharp bill, a natural weapon it uses violently during the fight. This natural weapon has already shown its danger in a tragic way. Recently, in Indonesia, Italian surfer Giulia Manfrini lost her life after accidentally being impaled by a swordfish while surfing. So how do fishermen catch such a swift and dangerous creature? The answer is strategy. Swordfish spend most of their time at great depths, diving more than 600 meters below the surface to hunt. That's why fishermen have learned to take advantage of a particular moment. At night, these predators move to shallower layers in search of food. That's when a curious technique comes into play. Fishermen use long lines with multiple hooks, to which they attach glow sticks that shine in the dark. The light lures the swordfish, making the catch easier and more effective. Have you ever heard of a fish that can outdo the world's strongest men all on its own? We're not talking about bodybuilders or professional football players trying to lift weights in the gym, but rather a real and brutal showdown in the middle of the ocean. And make no mistake, nobody tackles this fish alone. That creature is the Goliath grouper, a giant that lurks in the deep warm waters of the Indo-Pacific, especially around coral reefs in Australia, Indonesia, and parts of the South Sea. Its size is jaw-dropping, reaching more than 800 pounds and over 8 feet long. But it's not just the size that makes this grouper so special. Its strength can turn fishing into a genuine struggle for survival. Experienced fishermen know exactly how to find this fish. They lower bait, usually fresh chunks of fish or live tuna, to depths over 90 meters, where groupers typically hide. And that's where the battle begins. The moment the Goliath grouper senses the bait, it strikes with such force that the first pull is already decisive. With extremely powerful jaws and suction as strong as an industrial vacuum, it can easily break rods or even drag careless fishermen into the water. That's why anyone who dares this adventure must be well prepared. Fishermen use special lines that can withstand more than 1,000 pounds of pressure. But gear isn't enough. Technique is crucial. They use a strategy known as pumping and reeling, slowly lifting the rod and reeling in the line bit by bit in an intense, patient fight that can last for hours. But why take such a huge risk for this fish? Simple. A single Goliath grouper can be worth thousands of dollars. In 2023, its price can go up to $10 per pound in high-end markets in the United States and Asia. This means a successful catch can be worth more than $8,000. Now that you've learned about some of the most impressive fish in the sea, it's time to explore something different. How about a creature that isn't a fish, but can still intimidate even the most seasoned fishermen? We're talking about the giant Pacific octopus, a species found in cold, deep waters from Japan all the way to the Alaskan coast. These animals can reach surprising sizes, over 5 meters in length and weighing nearly 50 kilos. But size isn't the only thing that makes the giant octopus so fascinating. Did you know that among all invertebrates, the octopus has the largest brain relative to its body size? That means one important thing. These animals are incredibly smart. Because of that, fishermen often report unusual situations with octopuses that manage to steal catches or even objects straight from their boats. But don't be fooled by their curious looks or clever behavior. Once caught, the giant octopus requires special care. It needs to be quickly placed into a holding cage. One wrong move can lead to strong blows from its powerful tentacles, capable of seriously injuring anyone nearby. Just like other valuable seafood, giant octopuses also go through the same evisceration process to ensure the meat's freshness and quality. And the outcome of this careful preparation can really surprise you. In some specialized markets in Japan, a giant octopus has sold for as much as $20,000. I hope you enjoyed diving into these incredible stories from the depths of the sea. Which of these creatures did you find the most impressive? Leave a comment below telling us your favorite, or if you'd have the guts to face any of them in person. Don't forget to hit the like button, because it really helps the channel grow. And of course, subscribe so you don't miss our next videos filled with adventures and amazing curiosities. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.